Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Yo Mama's Radio. Today we're going to be playing Monster Busters. And as always, I make videos about game development, education, and criticizing, constructive criticism for the game developers, as well as just the most important video game appreciation. But alright, I don't know, let's get to breaking some stuff. It is a terror game, so caution, right? So it shoots you right in, and this background noise is kind of annoying. So I'm just gonna turn it down a little, and maybe this will kind of help the experience. It is 3D. You do walk around, and this seems kind of there's someone suffering for damn sure. Like, I don't know, the sound, the crows are like yelling in your ears, like the words on the walls. I don't know. This person seems like the pentagram. I'm not too like concerned about. I know that's what people tend to be like more concerned about is the pentagram, but dang, yeah, seriously, like the noise is just overwhelming. So let's see if I can keep it at like that, and then we'll see. But it says I really want to talk about it and make sure that I drive some good points, without this annoying crow in the background. So I'll leave it right there. I think that should be good. Yeah, this should be good right here. Just so I won't have to like compete against the crows. And so as you can see, there's kind of some weird stuff going on. This is I think the gates are opening. So very religious person, as you can tell. Not everyone believes in heaven and hell, but some people are extremely like just trapped in that world, and it's like I feel like they don't know how to get out. And yeah, it's like I want to turn it up so y'all can hear, but at the same time I'm like, but it's nice progress though. Like you could easily walk. It doesn't take too much processing power. So I think they did good on that. Like I do not know how they made this game. I think it said Unity, right? Like Unity engine. These look kind of like, oh, yeah, not too bad. Like actually 3D, that's nice. Oh look, it's a military family. It appears. And it seems like a very usual thing among like armed forces personnel. They just have a lot of trauma to express, maybe. But this person might not be armed forces. I think the sound is definitely, it's saying something, like they've been around a lot of like yelling or something, or they understand how provocative it is or something. Because I would not have made it. If I make a game Like I don't think I would have made it this loud for sure. But um, I guess it is kind of cartoony, kind of low poly, which is not the worst, but it kind of takes away from the immersion, and even the sound though. The sound also takes away from the immersion because it's more annoying than it is immersive. Looks like someone committed suicide there, and I guess yeah, I guess I'm supposed to like collect. Yeah, very loud game. So yeah, I guess I'm supposed to like, I don't know, liberate these things or something. I don't know what. I don't know. I don't know what the. I don't know if I don't even know what I'm doing when they're leaving, activating them, or I don't know, like summoning them or something. I'll leave that one for the last, and just so we could, because it's the one on the pentagram, right? It's like it should be the most concerning one. And I feel this game is short. Like I feel it's gonna be a short game. And but this house is wrecked. I don't even know what that is. The hexagons on the floor are concerning. That looks like a glitch, so I'm gonna stay away from it. Just to not ruin the experience, right? Well, there's the cross. Yep, there's the cross. Yeah, not much else going on in here. I'm just gonna look outside. I actually can't. It doesn't let me. Oh, it kind of does. There's not much going on out there. So again, I do appreciate the progress. How I'm easily able to kind of go about without worrying about the game lagging. Oh, there's another one. Yeah, so those some demonic forces, right? Again, very religious. I'm not religious actually at all, like in any way, like, and so it doesn't bother me because of that. It's like I understand. It's like not. It's not really there. A lot of it has to do with like mental illness and just confusion, like in of our chemistry and things like that, of that nature anyway. And so it's like, yeah, not too concerning. What is concerning, however, is that someone would take it like seriously. That right there is concerning. I don't know how to crouch, but I feel like tab down. No, no. No. So I tried, but it's not. I'm not really seeing anything that's allowing me to crouch. I'm just pushing all the buttons and just trying to. But yeah, it's not letting me. I'll leave it alone and again, not ruin the experience. But there's something there. It seems like a bolt, and I'll leave it at that. Yeah, it seems like there's levels to like that basement, and you know the basement's like the scariest place. So like I saw another one of those dudes, right? But I'll kind of just look over here first and see if I could access any of these things by just clicking on them. I think that's about it, and so those look like roots, so not too bad. More than tentacles, anyway. Alright, well, I'll leave it like that and just go down here, try to figure out if it goes any further. This looks like a cell. That looks possibly like an African mask. Maybe Australian, who knows? Yeah, I guess that's it. And there's one more upstairs. That's what it looks like anyway. But maybe there were two stairs, right? Two sets of stairs. It was this one. Let's see. Because I thought I saw a second set of stairs that are going up. So it might be a different side of the... Yeah, so there's this. And then there's... over here. So let's take these. Oh, maybe it's... No, that's where I came... I thought I saw another set of stairs. Let's, maybe it's the same one then. Oh, it is the same one. Okay, let's go get the pentagram one and just see where that takes us. Because I seem to be kind of out of options. Yeah. I'll try to open this door. Nope. Nothing. So I guess it's not too bad though, the game. It's a very simple game at... Okay, I'm gonna try to open the front door. No. Let's see if there's another level going upstairs or something. Or that mask. The mask in that one room with the red eyeballs. let's see. About game dev though, let's see if I could think of something that I'm like seeing from this game. Guess that might have been a glitch. I feel it's kind of just random. You're hunting for monster or busting monsters. I don't think I've busted anything actually. But yeah, it kind of takes away from the busters part, right? Because there's Ghostbusters, but it's like definitely not that. But I mean, for its own thing, I guess it's, you know, can't really like complain, right? It's a game. It's hard to make games, and yeah, I don't know if these are like preloaded things like script and stuff. Some of these sometimes they're pre-made, but you learn a lot by just like um studying pre-made code, like using pre-made code, because it's you learn to understand what that code is for. Yeah, it feels like that's it. Like I feel like that's the end of this game. I don't think there's much else we could really do here in this game. Looks like Triforce from Zelda. Maybe the glitch is important. Nope. Okay, let's try to figure something out for a bit. If not, yeah, I'm gonna turn in and just because the game's not really, it's not really, yeah, it's not. It's kind of just threw me into the, you know, into the wild, and I really don't know what's going on here. I don't even know what my purpose is, the quest or nothing. Yeah, it's completely abandoning, kind of neglectful in some ways, but it's hard, you know. Again, it's you focusing on so much, you kind of forget to tell things to the player. Yeah, definitely not seeing any options here. But yeah, let me try to give it a chance though before I start like, you know, just creepy, but upside down cross or crucifix, I should say, because oh look, nope. I wonder if I can move things or something. Nope, doesn't look like it. Yeah, I'm not seeing much. Some of the items appear like sorry, I'm just trying to see if I can utilize some things out here, but straight dead end. I'm gonna go down again. Maybe in the cell there's something though. Guess I ran into a glitch. Dang, nah. I feel like I'd want to break something here, but there's absolutely nothing. Come on, dude. Why'd you make it this difficult? Could be a girl. Nope. Nope. Alright, I'm just gonna start going upstairs and I think that's it. I think it's just about collecting 7 monsters. And yeah. I don't think there's any other point to this other than that. And someone ate the bird. It's messed up. Oh, but upstairs is... Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Oh, look. Oh, no, that's outside. Okay, so upstairs. Come on, dude. Yeah, I'm really convinced the gates are open. What if there's a message that tells me what to do or something? Yeah, it's like the same place that I got stuck when I first played it. And yeah, I went through it a lot faster the previous time. And I was like, maybe I missed something, you know? But I am not seeing a thing, though. A lot of these masks around here, but I genuinely believe there's something up with this. I don't know why. You know? But it could just be another mask, right? And so I guess this is kind of a component of like, I want to say either unfinished or just bad game design. Like, no offense, really. Like, I mean, this is nice, but if there was some sort of guidance, I don't think your players would get lost. You know, it's like I want to finish it, but I don't think it matters. I think that I genuinely believe that's it. It says run, right? Yeah, I think we're done here. I don't think there's anything to it. I think it's just about them experiencing game development, which is a good thing, by the way. So, making games that you know are not the most important game, just so you could gain experience from them. And so maybe that's the point of this. let's say you stuck by this entire video, willing to learn. Like, definitely, for instance, again, I've said it in my previous videos, but I compiled my first game. It was an ASCII text-based graphics game, and I made it just for that purpose, just so I could prove that I can do it. It's like when I want to do something, it's like just creating prototypes like this. This could just be a prototype, right? And maybe they're working on something bigger, grander, better, more immersive, maybe like higher fidelity, right? Maybe mid poly, because this seems pretty kind of low poly stuff, and the immersion isn't there as much, right? But it sinks in, so I think I'll leave it at that, because again, I genuinely believe I'm all out of options, and that this game is just a prototype experimental game, and it was like, sure, why not? Let's just share it with the world, because who knows, maybe someone might be inspired from it or buy it, and that's it. Yeah, so I guess I'll kind of let it sink in a little bit, and kind of just gather my words for like maybe some final words. Maybe just return here. So, okay, let's see. Final words, I guess. Um, huh. Let's see. The game was not terribly interesting. It was definitely traumatic, though. The sound, just playing it is just... I feel like it's traumatic, like physically traumatic too, because it like hurts your ears. And again, it's not terribly like I mean, look at the blood splatter. It's like it looks like a paint job for a car, vinyl. Like it's not really cartoony, right? But it does the job for what it is, I guess. The overall layout and design is pretty well, but I guess from a realistic standpoint, because the scarier it's like it is if it's like true, right? And I kind of picked that phrase up from this guy that reads true scary stories called Your Maker, and I know Your Maker. I guess he kind of had a racist bone, but so I kind of quit listening to him, and so him supporting this other racist guy and the fact that his life was taken or whatever. But I won't get into that. But it's always scarier if it's true, but not in that context. It's more like if it resembles reality more, that's terrifying. And you're trying to ace a horror terror genre, and it's like you have a pentagram, which is kind of like it's there, and then no. Like you had to really be tripping. Like I'm not saying I haven't seen this happen. Like I'm not saying I haven't seen like in real life people writing crap on their walls and writing just like crazy stuff like in their journals or papers or whatever, video diary logs or whatever, and just imagine someone losing their mind. They're in a mansion. Usually when you're in a mansion, you have a lot of money, and so you wouldn't be prone to losing your mind because you have a lot of the time you have the resources, you have the money, and so it kind of doesn't make sense as well. So you're in this haunted mansion, I guess. Not saying rich people don't lose their minds, because sometimes you use the resources for the wrong reasons, like drugs, and things of that nature. And so, I guess overall, not too bad though, because at least it's here. At least you did produce it. At least you got here. And so, but you hear the sound of that crow still. It's like maybe the loop isn't, maybe add some difference, some change, some evolution to your game, because this kind of stale on that sense anyway. It's like constantly hearing the same loop. It's kind of annoying, and you take it to sleep. You take it to sleep with you, and it's just like I don't think I would play this game again. I think I would play it to kind of just maybe learn, kind of like kind of what it was. And so it's like, oh, so maybe it's the processing power, it's low poly, and that means that, or low polygonal shapes, and so that means that it enables faster processing, because if it was high poly, you'd need a better processor, because my processor wouldn't be able to get past the low poly, because I have a kind of cheaper Mac Mini, less powerful Mac Mini, right? But aside from that, I think that's it. I think that's all I have for you. If I were to give some like kind of constructive things out, would I think it would be to like, let's say if you intended to actually make a game, a finished game, to definitely not, give incentive, or maybe give like hints, and things like that to help finish the game. Let's say I didn't finish the game, and there is a finishing line. It's like monsters. You got the monsters. It's like if you had us collect the monsters, wouldn't you be able to program some finale or something where this, like, I don't know, maybe the pentagram like explodes or something. It's like, cause I mean, you had motion, you had the monsters moved, and so you obviously understand collision detection, and so would it hurt? Would it hurt to just make a cutout of like maybe the wall falling over or something? I don't know. And so that's just if you were serious about this game, though. And as for mental health, just eat healthy. Like, I'm just saying, like, whoever's watching this, if you're having psychological problems and you're into like crazy psycho but you know that it's wrong, and you don't want to keep obsessing over psychotic you need a detox. Like, you need to eat healthy, you need to eat fruit, and you need to take care of your sanity. And sanity has to do with sanitary. So if your environment is dirty and nasty, like, just that's what's making you mentally ill. Imagine how you get your meat and your dairy. There's a bunch of dirty, filthy animals in a slaughterhouse house. And if blood causes HIV, imagine eating blood and flesh. It's like there's feces and everything that goes into the harvesting of meat. It's just because the animals are pooping everywhere all the time, and there's distress. They're screaming just like in this game, very loud. They're trying to run away for their lives, to save their lives, and essentially they're peeing, they're urinating and pooping themselves out of fear, because they don't want to die. But sadly, we have a religion that teaches us that animals are not people and things like that. And so, there's carelessness and predation, predatory mentality that essentially like demeans other people's lives and whatever. But I think that's it. I think that's all I got. Again, not terribly interesting, but it's there. It's definitely present, and I guess we can all appreciate that. Right, everybody. Thank you for staying tuned to Yo Grandmother's Radio, and I'm out.